I've been singing since I can remember, really, since I was really young, and probably the first memories that I have are like singing in the back of my dad's car, where I sing along to my dad's records, because my dad used to do DJing part-time, so a lot of his records influenced my musical tastes and my musical styles and the way I sing, so I'd always be singing along to his records. And then my mum was a dance teacher, so I'd be dancing all the time as well, so performing arts has been a big thing in my as I was growing up. So, I've just been singing ever since I can remember. I think one of the first ones I heard was probably a Minnie Riperton record, and I used to listen to like Alita Adams, a lot of Michael Jackson as well, and Whitney Houston. So I used to listen to those really kind of big, really powerful songs. Coming from the East End of London, I live in Hackney, and I've lived there since I was like 6, so it's quite a down-to-earth place, and it's kept me really grounded, and it's just full of normal people like myself, and I went to school in that area and outside of that area, so growing up there has, I think, kept me really grounded. I still live in Hackney now, and mainly because my family live there, so it's nice when you come back to always be close to your family, so you can see them and spend more time with them. Well, since I've always been singing since I was so young, I'd always just thought naturally that's what I wanted to do when I was older, and I came from a really supportive family where they were just like, whatever is your passion and whatever you love to do, you should just go for it. So I kind of never thought of doing anything else except for being a singer, and when anyone would ask me, oh, what do you want to be when you're older, I would always be like, a singer, and they'd be like, oh, what do you really want to be? And I'd be like, I really want to be a singer. So that was always kind of, ever since I was really young. The Brit School was just great and gave me such a great foundation to kind of really build on my recording, songwriting, instruments as well. So it was just such a great foundation, and it was something you had to audition for to get into, so you really felt grateful that you did actually get a place there, and you really appreciated it. So it was really good groundwork for me. When you go to the Brits, you get to go to the Brit Awards, so I got to watch from the audience, and I remember just being there and just being amazed at the size of the show and the award ceremony. It was amazing. So to actually be nominated now it's beyond any of my wildest dreams. I'd watched a few of the X Factor shows, and I'd always thought that it is such a great way for people to for you to showcase and for people to see what you can do. And I'd always been doing music and been in the studio and songwriting whenever I could, and taking music lessons. I started doing opera first of all when I was 9, and then went into more kind of contemporary music. And it is hard to get into the music industry. So I did think it was a good way, that you could kind of showcase yourself. My first audition for the X Factor was so nerve-wracking, and I think people don't realise that before you actually see the judges, you go through 2 previous auditions. So I was thinking, like, I don't know what the chances are that I'm even going to get to see the judges, let alone get through that round. So as I progressed further and further, it was a lot about my family's support and them just being like, you can do it, and backing me 100%. Even when I kind of was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to get through, they were always backing me. I'd done live performances literally since I was about 6. I'd do shows because I went to performing arts school, and we'd do like shows every term in school. And then I went to the Brit School when I was 14, which is actually sponsored by the British recording industry, and I went there, and not only do you do like theatre and performance, you also work on production and recording techniques. So I'd done a lot of live shows, and even around my area, like the Hackney Empire. I've also done the Cobden Club. So I'd done a lot of different performances before I got to the X Factor. So I was quite comfortable to be on stage and sing in front of people. The press and on the show has commented on the fact that I'm quite a shy person, and I think there's a lot of people out there that can relate to that and that can be shy in certain situations. It does take me a bit of time to come out of myself, but it's just because on the show I'm not a very loud an out person, but I do have a quiet self-confidence, and you know, I don't go against anything that I believe in, and I think that, you know, people can sometimes think, oh, maybe she's a pushover because she's quite quiet, but you know, I know how to stand up for myself, and it's not about being loud. I think it's about being self-confident, and I do have that. When I first met Simon Cowell, I was in my first X Factor audition, and it was Simon Cowell, Louis Walsh, Paula Abdul and Sharon Osbourne, so it was really scary to sing in front of all four of them, and I got some really positive feedback, and they put me through to the next round, and since then Simon's been such a great mentor to me throughout the show and beyond. He's had so much input into recording the album, and has been so wonderful in helping me take the time to make the album, so I'm really appreciative of all that he's done. To meet Clive Davis was just so wonderful, and it's such an honour that he has wanted to help in the album, and to have his involvement is incredible because he's been behind my idols like Whitney Houston and Alicia Keys, who are just amazing female artists, so you know, to have him wanting to help me has been amazing. To have comparisons with such amazing female artists, for me, you know, just starting out is incredible, and you know, Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey have had, you know, such long-standing and successful careers, so obviously I've got so much groundwork to do, but to be compared to them is so flattering, and you know, when I sing those kind of big ballads, I think naturally people compare you to those big singers, but it is incredible to be kind of mentioned alongside them, you know. For anyone that is going to go into an X Factor show, the advice that I'd give is to just be yourself. Don't be too nervous, because nerves can sometimes get the better of you, but use the nerves as something positive, and to, you know, just do what you love and enjoy it. Doing a show like the X Factor does change your life quite quickly. I'm lucky in the fact that I was prepared beforehand, because I'd been in the studio for years and been performing for years, so I'd had a lot of I guess ammunition to go into what I'm doing now, but it does change very quickly, and you know, luckily as well, I've been given the time to develop myself as an artist, as a singer, to really find my own sound, and to take that time to make an album that I'd been waiting, you know, all my life to make, so it does change very quickly, but it's just about, you know, just staying focused and just being dedicated. I first saw my album, I got a big printout, and I got a print out of the cover and the inlay, and it was kind of, I think the most amazing thing was actually being able to hold the CD in my hand, and you know, it was just like, I can't even explain it. It was kind of indescribable that I'd finally been able to make an album, and this is something I'd been working up for such a long time, you know. It was just really great. With Bleeding Love, there are a lot of layers to the song. It's a very emotional lyric, and it can relate to a lot of different relationships, especially in the chorus. So, you know, as well as I've gone on to sing it, I've found new meanings for it, new ways to emote on it. I remember when I was recording my video for Bleeding Love, it was a real kind of pinch yourself moment, because there were so many people around and there was a big set, and it was just amazing that I was actually getting the opportunity to do this, and it just makes you feel very grateful. It's about someone that has kind of been shut off from love and then kind of fallen back in love with being in love again. So it's a positive song, as well as, you know, feeling hurt and lost. It's all about gaining love again. I guess when I recorded the first song for the album, which was Homeless, when I first heard that song and that lyric, it just really spoke to me and really grabbed me as a song, because, you know, it's got so many layers and so much meaning in it, and to sing it is amazing as well, because you can really it's really powerful, and you can really draw some emotion from it. Better in Time, I think, is a real positive lyric. Again, it's upbeat, it's something that, you know, everyone can sing along to, and I think that most people can relate to, and, you know, it's just like, it'll all get better in time, and it's, you know, it rings so true in everything. You know, if you've ever felt heartache or pain, you know, after a while, time is a healer. My album's spirit is, I guess it's a chapter on me, and it's an introduction to me. It's emotional. It's goes through hurt and heartache, and it goes through the positive sides of love as well. Like Here I Am is a song that for me is very relevant because I wrote that with Walter A, who done a lot of the early Mariah Carey stuff, and is someone that I've always wanted to work with. So it's amazing that I got to work with him, and that song is a song that I think you can turn on when you're quite sad. And then there's Whatever It Takes, which is an upbeat song that brings happiness. So there's sadness and there's happiness, and it just kind of it's very emotional, and it's me, and it represents my heart and my soul, and I put everything into it, and I just hope that everyone can connect with it. On the album, I got to write, which is something I've been doing since I was about 12. So it's come really natural to me. It's a way that I can express myself, and it's a very important part of my music. So I got to write loads and record loads on the album, and then it kind of got whittled down to what's on the album now and what best represented me, and kind of went across all of the kind of different borders. So I think that on the album, there are 2 songs that I've written, and on Bleeding Love, the B-side, which is Forgiveness. So that's a really important part of what I do, and definitely something that I'm going to continue to do in the future. It's very encouraging when people just give you that respect to that they want to write with you and want you to be involved. Obviously, it's an important part of my music because to write your own music is a way of you expressing it. But of course, I'd sang covers before, so it has to be a song that really connects with you emotionally. Whether you've written it or not doesn't really matter. I think it's about connecting with that song. But obviously, writing it does make you connect more with the song. I'm always writing, and I've always got new ideas and coming up with different things, so I'd love to carry on doing it, writing for myself and for others in the future as well, definitely. I think it's important on any level, any scale, to play an instrument because it helps you so much when you're writing. And I play a little bit of the piano and guitar, which helps me a lot in kind of putting down a track to when I want to write. To have dresses given to me by Cavalli, and I wore Dolce & Gabbana as well, Amanda Wakely, these designers are just amazing, and I never thought I'd be wearing their dresses, but to wear them is just so incredible, and it makes you feel really kind of glam. And I've done a lot of photo shoots where I've worn their dresses and had a lot of fun being really creative. But when I'm at home, obviously I don't like slouch in front of my TV in a big old Cavalli gown, but I'm just kind of just normal jeans and t-shirt kind of girl, and I love Topshop brands as well as like Chloe and like cute little designers as well, so I mix and match everything now. It was really hard to choose the showcase tracks just because I'm so in love with all of the songs on the album, but I sang Whatever It Takes because it's so upbeat, and I think it's a real positive message. And then I sang Bleeding Love because it's my single, and you can really emote on it, and it really draws people in. And then Homeless was one of the first songs that I recorded for the album, so for me that was a real landmark in beginning this whole journey. And then I sang First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, just because I think it's just such a wonderful song. It's one of my favourite songs of all time, and a simple but really emotive lyric. I think with the showcases, it was very different performing on those to performing on the X Factor, just because with the showcases you had a lot of record company people, a lot of songwriters, and a lot of people from the media, so it is quite a hard audience, whereas I guess on the X Factor people were really kind of just open to anything and just really wanted to support you, so I guess it's just 2 different audiences. I love performing live, and I love being able to just connect with people. And I remember the first time I actually saw people singing my song Bleeding Love. I did a big radio show in Birmingham, and to hear people kind of singing your songs, and it's just amazing. So, you know, to have that feeling of people singing along with you and supporting you is kind of indescribable. Because I've always had singing lessons, I've kind of always stuck to what I've always done, you know, as far as warming up your voice. And I guess it's like any athlete would do when you're exercising, you know, you warm up your muscles, because your voice is a muscle as well, you warm up. And I still do my classical repertoire because that's what I started off doing. So it's all about keeping a balance and just kind of having fun with it and enjoying it. When I warm up, I'll warm up and I love to sing My Funny Valentine. That's a really great song to warm up to when you do the Shaka Khan version, because she does a lot of runs and going up and down in your range. And Anytime You Need a Friend by Mariah Carey is always a great song to sing, because it's just such a kind of feel-good, positive song. To just be given the opportunity to you know, be able to connect with people on, you know, a worldwide scale is incredible. It's beyond any of my dreams. When I first started the X Factor, I didn't know, you know, how I was going to do. You know, you never know what's going to happen. But the way it's been received in the UK, the support has been incredible. So I'm just always so grateful and so thankful to that, and to now, you know, have the doors open to kind of the world is amazing for me. So it's I'm just kind of so dedicated to it because I've been given this opportunity that so many people would love to have. So I'm just ready to work hard and get in there and also just enjoy myself and really appreciate the fact that I've been given that chance. Well, I've travelled a bit to Europe and a bit to the USA as well, but never on the scale that I'm doing it now. I mean, I've gotten to go to so many places, and I love travelling and experiencing different cultures. I come from quite a multicultural place, so it's always good to kind of experience more and just broaden your horizons. So I'm really looking forward to travelling and performing in new places as well. That's not just your comfort zone, you know. I've always wanted to go to Australia, just because, not only because it's sunny, but just to experience. I think there's such a vast amount that you can experience out there. So I'm looking forward to going to Australia. I'm really looking forward to going to Asia as well. I've never been to Asia before, so yeah, just to experiencing all these new places is going to be incredible. Well, I think that, you know, worldwide, everywhere is important to me. You know, just as I've gotten to do so much in the UK, I'd love to, you know, do the same in Europe and in America and in Asia. I'd love to just my music to connect with as many people around the world as possible. And America is, you know, like every artist's dream, to go over there and to be able to connect with people over there. So, you know, to be given the opportunity by Clive Davis is something that I'm kind of seizing with both hands and just going for it, because it is such a big thing and so incredible that I've actually gotten the chance to do it. So I just can't wait. I think that personally my album can connect with on a worldwide basis, because, you know, the songs can connect with so many different people of different backgrounds. No matter where you're from, you can connect with the songs and the music. So I think that, you know, just to be able to go to America and have gone to America and to work with American producers as well has given it that kind of flavour. I've also worked with Swedish producers on the album and British producers, so it's got a very kind of worldly sound.